The New Negro, The Life of Alain Locke 2018 is a biography by American historian and author Jeffrey C. Stewart, recipient of both the National Book Award for Nonfiction and the Pulitzer Prize biography. The book chronicles the life of Alain Locke, an African-American writer and philosopher. Widely recognized as the principal architect of the Harlem Renaissance, an intellectual and artistic movement of Black writers, thinkers, and artists that spanned roughly from 1918 to the 1930s. Its title is drawn from Locke's 1925 anthology of fiction, poetry, and essays. Born in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, on September 13, 1885, Locke came from a family of distinguished free Black Americans. His paternal grandfather taught at the Institute for Colored Youth, the oldest African-American institution of higher learning in the United States, while his maternal great-grandfather served in the War of 1812 and was celebrated as a war hero. His father, Pliny Locke, became the first Black employee of the U.S. Postal Service, and his mother, Mary, was a teacher who nurtured her son's intellectual curiosity from an early age. Stewart highlights Pliny's death when Locke was only 6 as a pivotal moment in shaping his development as a Black intellectual. Pliny had been an ardent political radical, and according to Stewart, Locke's engagement with political protest effectively ended with his father's passing. Instead, Locke devoted his energy to the arts, a realm strongly influenced by his mother. Locke excelled academically, graduating second in his class from Philadelphia's Central High School, the nation's second oldest public high school. He continued this success at Harvard University, earning degrees in English and philosophy and becoming one of the few students each year to receive the prestigious Bowdoin Prize. Shortly thereafter, Locke made history as the first African-American Rhodes Scholar, a postgraduate award permitting international study at the University of Oxford. Because Oxford did not meet candidates in person at that time, accounts differ on whether the selectors were aware of Locke's race. Regardless, his selection stirred controversy as many Rhodes Scholars, particularly from the American South, refused to attend if they were required to matriculate alongside him. Consequently, several colleges initially denied him admission until Hartford College finally accepted Locke. There, he studied Greek, Latin, literature, and philosophy from 1907 to 1910. Oxford would not admit another African-American Rhodes Scholar until 1960, more than 50 years later. Upon returning to the United States, Locke became an assistant professor of English at Howard University, a historically Black college in Washington, D.C. After completing his doctoral dissertation at Harvard in 1918, he assumed the chairmanship of Howard's philosophy department. Stewart notes that much of Locke's own writing was aimed at academic audiences, limiting its popular reach. His most significant impact, he argues, lay in mentoring other writers and artists and in presenting the Harlem Renaissance to white mainstream audiences. This influence was especially evident in the 1925 issue of Survey graphic magazine titled Harlem, Mecca of the New Negro. Later that year, Locke published his seminal anthology, The New Negro, featuring works by prominent Black writers such as Langston Hughes and Zora Neale Hurston. Locke also contributed the book's titular essay, famously asserting that the central question was no longer what whites thought of Black people, but what Black people were willing to do and the price they were willing to pay to achieve their goals. Stewart devotes considerable attention to Locke's sexuality, noting that he was aware of being gay as early as high school, though he kept it private. Close friends, however, likely knew of his orientation. Stewart suggests that Locke's homosexuality may have contributed to his sense of being an outsider among some contemporaries, possibly preventing him from attaining the upper echelon of Black intellectuals, occupied by figures such as W.E.B. Du Bois and Marcus Garvey. Questions also arise regarding whether his sexual orientation influenced whom he chose to mentor. While he was a strong supporter of Zora Neale Hurston, he largely mentored young men rather than women. Stewart cannot confirm whether any of Locke's romantic partners were under 18, though rumors and speculation exist. Although Harlem held symbolic significance for Locke, he spent much of his time in New York's Greenwich Village. In 1953, after developing heart disease, he retired from Howard University and withdrew from public life. He passed away the following year at 68. The New Negro, according to the New York Times, is a majestic biography that grants Alain Locke the recognition and attention his life so richly deserves. Thank you for watching. If you enjoy this video, leave a like and subscribe.